Everyone. Happy President's Day. And markets closed today. Crypto's open, but want to talk about compound interest. Uh, Albert Einstein said it. It is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. So, can you take a little bit of money and turn it into a lot of money in a pretty fast time frame? My answer is yes. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. But I'm going to show you how it's possible. And we're going to talk about SEMI, SEMY from Yield Boost. I've talked about this fund a lot. It pays a 142% annualized yield based on the last three distributions or the last three declarations. One of them pays tomorrow. So we're counting that, but it pays tomorrow. And their total return is positive, 50% annualized. So big yield, total return is positive. Now, the share price has gone down. Some call it NAV erosion. So I will, disclaim that. Let me show you there. This is SEMI, SEMY. They trade put credit spreads on Soxel, which is a 3X semiconductor fund. Launched November 18th, just a few months ago, and at $24.49 a share. It is now at $19 a share, so it's down almost $5. It's paid $7. So that's where the total return is positive, even though the NAV price has gone down. So just want to preface that. And then back to here real quick. 142% yield. A lot of people say, well, can they sustain that yield? I'm thinking yes, because look at this. This is the Yield Boost Semi Fund. Again, launched November, what we say, 18th. First payment was 64 cents. So we'll calculate. 64 cents divided by what they launch at? 20. Bear with me a minute. I want to get this accurate. They launched at $24.49 divided by $24.49. That is 2.6% per week based on that number. Okay? Keep that in mind. 2.6 per week. And this is what I've done. Okay. Currently, it's 2.77 per week. 144% annualized divided by 52 weeks, 2.77. That's the distro. I always use my own numbers here. I started this early 2025. Semi wasn't around, so I was doing other things, but I started with $1,000, and I add $250 per week out of my paycheck to my portfolio. Obviously, I'm not selling everything, putting it all into Semi. You guys know I'm very well diversified among these funds. Some do better than others. Some gain value, NAV goes up, some NAV goes down, but they're all paying something. This one is paying 2.77 per week. So we'll say, assuming it continues to pay that, which, that's not financial advice. That's going to go up and down, blah, blah, blah. But it's been pretty consistent. The price has gone down, the distribution has gone down, but the percentage has stayed pretty consistent. So we start with $1,000 right here. I can zoom way in on this. I want everyone to see this. Look at that. We can go 250. You start with $1,000. This is week one. It's in column 2 or row 2, but it's week one, $1,000. You invested in Semi. You get 2.77% that week. That's 144% annualized divided by 52 weeks. Your payment will be $27. So your ending balance for the week is $1,027. Now, I take that 1,027, I add 250, because remember, I'm putting in 250 per week. So we're at 1,278 week 2. We get another 2.77%. Our weekly income is 35 bucks. So we now have $1,313. The next week, that's the 1313 plus another 250. So we are adding to this. And the number, now we're at we made $43 that week. You think big deal. Let's look 26 weeks in. That is 6 months. Again, nothing changed in these formulas. 26 weeks will be actually column or row 27, $10,823. 2.77%. We're making $300 a week, $299 a week. So we're in it now. We're at $11,000. Let's go to 52 weeks, 1 year, which will be actually row 53, because remember the headings are in row 1. We're at $31,000 in a year. We started with $1,000. We've added, let's see, $250 a week, times $1,000 a month, roughly, times 12 months. We'll say we added $12,000 of our own money, and we started with 1,000. So we have 13,000 in. I don't know if that's exact, but roughly. And we've tripled our money because we're adding money every week. We're still getting paid on it. So now we're making $800 a week. Our balance is $32,000. Let's go 2 years. That is 104 weeks. 52 weeks times 2, 104 weeks. Let's look at that. I mean, this is compounding right here. Look at these numbers. 104 weeks, which would be row 105. We have a $158,000 balance. Now, again, I don't recommend putting everything into this. This is just one of the funds this is what I've been adding to lately. Next week, it could be something different. But this pays right now the highest yield with positive total return of the funds we track, over 163 of them, $158,000 in 2 years. We start with $1,000. We put in about 12,000 first year, 12,000 second year. So we're in 25 grand. Look at this, 158. Now we're making $4 grand a week, 4,300. Our new balance is 162. And the goal of this video is, can you get to 5 grand a week quickly with not an insane investment? Yeah. 4,500 next week. 4,600, 4,700, 4,900, 5 grand, 110, 111 weeks. No, 109 weeks. So what's that? 2 years and 6 weeks. So if you start January 1, 2 years later, we're into like mid-February, right about now. It's realistic. Again, it's not financial advice. Things can change. But now you have $182,000. You're still making the 2.77% per week. That's the 144% annualized. 5 grand a week. Now you're 187. Let's go a little further. I mean, look at it. We're in $250,000 here. We're at 7 grand a week. Insanity, 8 grand a week. 9 grand, 10 grand. I mean, we can keep going. We can go 10 years out. It's insane. That's compounding. Now this is reinvesting the distributions, of course, which I know a lot of you don't want to do. That's what I want to do. And if I can, start with $1,000, put in $250 a week, which I can afford, some can't, and just you put in $50 a week, whatever you can, and start with nothing. It'll take longer to get to these numbers, but it'll get there. Not financial advice. You never know what's going to happen. You got to be bullish on semiconductors. This is semiconductors. But yeah, I mean, it can be done. It's possible, is what all I'm saying. So really, that's all I want to talk about. No more. And when we're in the market, do you hate holidays? Because I certainly do. Today, just I had to work. I couldn't look at anything, look at a chart or anything. So anyway, that's just me. So yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, it's compound interest, and you can do this with any fund. For you guys that like your 12%, you'll get there. It might take 30 years. I want to get there quicker. I'm not that young. If I was 20 years old, I'd be all, and I used to invest in VOO, VOO, S&P fund, safe, paid a little bit, every year. I think it was quarterly, but I don't have 40 years left. I'm above 50 years old. So you guys know my age if you follow the channel. But I don't have that kind of time. My fault. I did not save properly in my earlier years. I did not invest properly in my earlier years. I do not have 401k. I don't have any kind of pension or profit sharing at work. I have Social Security to look forward to, if it's even there. I don't trust that at all. So that's when I found these types of funds. So as long as if it's paid that type of distribution for 3 months now, pretty steady, and yeah, so I'm going to continue to invest in this one until I find another one, and then I'll leave this one alone and reinvest it. I won't put in extra money, and we'll see what happens. I do this with several of these. If you follow the channel, you know this. I own a bunch of them. Happy with all of them. Some, maybe not, but for the most part, all of them. So anyway, that's all I want to talk about. Again, slow day today. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Big payday. Tomorrow's yield boost payday. So, I get paid on semi, NVYY, TSYY. What else do I own? I own a bunch of those. And guess what? I'm reinvesting the distributions in most of them. Have a great day. We'll talk again tomorrow about something. Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. No, we won't do a video tomorrow. We'll do one Wednesday. Other than that, have a great day.